I stood in the dimly lit office of the Sizzling Hearth, our farm-to-table restaurant in Portland, Oregon, as my boss, Garrett Klein, slid a termination letter across his polished desk. "You're replaceable, Elise," he said, his voice cold, eyes fixed on his phone. "We're bringing in a new marketing director with bigger ideas." 4 years of 60-hour weeks, crafting every Instagram post, every menu description, every press release that turned this place from a failing diner into a Pacific Northwest sensation, reduced to a single sentence. I'd just won us the James Beard Award for Outstanding Restaurant, and this was my reward. My chest tightened, but I forced a nod, signed the paper, and left without a word. I'm Elise Harper, or was, the marketing genius behind the Sizzling Hearth. As I packed my desk, photos of our opening night, a coaster from our first sold-out event, a notebook filled with campaign ideas, I felt the weight of Garrett's words. Replaceable. The staff, buzzing in the open kitchen, had no clue I wouldn't be back tomorrow. They were prepping for the evening rush, using the branding I'd built. Rustic fonts, locally sourced ingredient stories, the vibe that had food critics raving. I'd stayed late crafting pitches, convincing influencers to visit when we couldn't afford to pay them, sweating through summer nights in our unair-conditioned office above the restaurant. "Leaving early, Elise?" called Mia, our head chef, as I grabbed my bag. "Something like that," I replied, my smile brittle. Walking to my car, I realized Garrett's mistake. The Sizzling Hearth's entire online presence, website, social media, reservation system, was tied to accounts I'd set up personally. Back when we started, Garrett didn't care about that internet stuff, so I used my own email, my own passwords. I never transferred control, always too busy with the next campaign. As I drove home through Portland's misty streets, I called my friend and attorney, Rachel Nguyen. "I've been fired," I said. "They think they don't need me." Rachel's voice was calm. "You kept records, right? Posts, emails, contracts?" I had. Every campaign draft, every vendor deal, every media contact, saved on my personal drive. "Smart," Rachel said. "Let's meet tomorrow." The next morning, I woke at 10 a.m., first time in years, and felt oddly free. Over coffee at Rachel's office, we reviewed my files, screenshots of social media dashboards, emails proving I'd negotiated our biggest sponsorships, even the original website code I'd tweaked myself. "You've got leverage," Rachel said. "The restaurant's digital footprint is yours. They can't function without it." I wasn't vindictive, but I'd grown up watching my mom, a graphic designer, lose credit for her work at a big agency. I swore I'd never let that happen to me. 2 weeks later, my phone rang. It was Mia, whispering, "Elise, it's chaos here. The reservation system crashed. Customers are furious, and Garrett's blaming the new guy, Todd." I smiled faintly. Todd, the Big Ideas marketing director, didn't know my custom workflows or the quirky password system I'd used. "Also," Mia added, "Garrett's been telling the press he created the brand. Said you just followed orders." That stung. Stealing credit was worse than firing me. I thanked Mia and hung up. By week 3, the Sizzling Hearth's Instagram was silent. Their website glitched, and Yelp reviews tanked. Customers complained about canceled bookings and no responses. My phone buzzed again. Garrett. "Elise, we need a quick consult," he said, voice tight. "Happy to pay." I sipped my latte at a cafe overlooking the Willamette River. "I'm busy, Garrett. Maybe Todd can handle it." He stammered, offering double my old salary for a day's work. I declined politely. Rachel had a plan. We sent a formal letter to Garrett and the restaurant's investors, asserting my control over the digital assets and demanding recognition for my contributions. A week later, I got a call from Clara Voss, a major investor. "Elise, can we meet?" she asked. At her downtown office, Clara was blunt. "Garrett misrepresented your role. He told us he built the brand. The restaurant's losing $10,000 a day. We need you back." I laid out my terms: equity in the business, public acknowledgement, and a licensing fee for my digital assets. Clara agreed to a board meeting. At the meeting, Garrett's face was ashen as I presented my evidence. Timestamps on social media accounts, emails proving I'd secured the James Beard nomination. The investors turned on him. "Garrett, you lied," Clara said. "They voted to make me chief marketing officer with a 10% stake. Garrett was demoted to operations manager. As I left, he muttered an apology. I didn't respond. 3 months later, the Sizzling Hearth was thriving again, my campaigns bringing back crowds. I stood in our revamped dining room. now transparent about who built its success. Revenge wasn't the point. Justice was.